I think we all love dogs for being cute and fluffy, our number one best friend. They can give you protection, they can attack you on streets, but they can also start a war. We begin 1925, a war broke out between the Greeks and the Bulgarians after a Greek captain who wanted to retrieve his dog who crossed the border was killed by a guardian, resulting in the War of the Stray Dog, or the incident at Petric. The First Bulgarian Empire was formed in 681, and a rivalry between them and the Byzantines created many wars which ended the Byzantine dominance in Balkans until the Bulgarian Empire collapsed in 1018. But more than 100 years later, in 1185, the Second Bulgarian Empire was created and as well inserted their dominance in the Balkan Peninsula until late 14th century when it was conquered by Ottomans and the Byzantine Empire fell in 1453. The Ottomans had dominance in that region and was a center of interest for the Habsburgs and Russians. In 1821, the Greek Revolution against the Ottomans helped them gain independence in January 1822. In 1878, after the Russo-Turkish War, Bulgaria also gained independence, but was transformed in a smaller principality due to the Treaty of Berlin, and finally gained total independence in October 1908. Bulgaria, Greece, Montenegro, and Serbia formed the Balkan Pact to end the Ottoman dominance in Balkan. In 1912, a war with the Ottomans began which almost kicked them from Europe, and Albania gained independence. Bulgaria was dissatisfied with its share of spoils and attacked its former allies, Greece and Serbia, but the Ottomans and the Romanians intervened, which led to Bulgarian territory losers. In the First World War, Bulgaria joined the Central Powers, who granted them territory in Macedonia. After Serbia was destroyed, the Serbian troops landed in Macedonia alongside the Allies, who put pressure on Greece to join them against the Central Powers. The Bulgarians were pushed out of the war by the Allies and had to give some parts of Thrace to Greece. The outcomes of the conflicts was half of the wider region of Macedonia coming under Greek control after the Balkan Wars, followed by Western Thrace after the First World War by the Treaty of Neuilly. Most of the population in both regions was Bulgarian, and so they remained targets of Bulgarian uprising groups like the Internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization known as IMRO, supported by Internal Thracian Revolutionary Organization launching strikes in Yugoslavia and Greece. Petric was an administrative center of the Bulgarian-held Pirin Macedonia, in which during the early interwar years, the IMRO practically ran a state within a state. The Bulgarian Prime Minister, Alexander Stamboliski, a former peasant who was opposing the Bulgarian participation in the First World War and wanted better relationship with Serbia and the creation of a South Slav nation, was assassinated by IMRO in 1923 due to danger posed to the organization. Many people believe that there were many scenarios in which this war started, the first version being that a Greek soldier was running after his dog, who crossed the border on October 18th, which had strayed across the border from Greece at the Pastamur Kapia on Belositsa. It thus sometimes referred to as the War of the Stray Dog. The border was guarded by Bulgarian sentries, one of whom shot the Greek soldier. In the second scenario, the October 18th incident was caused by Bulgarians who crossed the border and killed a Greek soldier and a sentry, attacking the outpost at Belositsa. Bulgaria explained that the firing was caused by misunderstanding and expressed its regret. In addition, the Bulgarian government proposed an investigation with a mixed commission of Greek and Bulgarian officers, which the Greeks denied because their troops remained on the Greek territory. The Greek government, led by General Theodoros Pangalos, who deposed King Constantine after the revolution of 1922 and established the Second Hellenic Republic, issued an ultimatum to Bulgaria. He wanted to punish those responsible with an official apology and 2 million French francs as a compensation for the families of the victims. The ultimatum needed to be accepted within 48 hours. On October 22, 1925, the Greek troops were sent into Bulgaria to occupy the town of Petric with the objective of enforcing the demands. Fighting between Greek and Bulgarian forces started and Bulgaria appealed to the League of Nations to intervene in the dispute. Some cheddars of Internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization, together with the sentries, formed a defense line near Petric. Volunteers and war veterans were summoned. Even Greece made it clear that it was not interested in Bulgarian territory, but demanded compensation. According to contemporary newspaper, the town of Petric was captured, But in fact, the League of Nations sent a telegraph to both countries ordering them to stop their armies just few hours before the war. The League ordered a ceasefire, Greek troops to withdraw from Bulgaria, and Greece to pay £45,000 to Bulgaria. Both countries accepted the decision, but Greece complained about disparity between its treatment when the island of Corfu was bombed and occupied by the Italians, forcing Greece to pay war reparations. The League of Nations Council sent military attaches from France, Italy and UK to report when the hostilities are over and the Greek troops withdrew, deciding that the Bulgarians should not reoccupy the territory until a certain time had elapsed to prevent incidents. The material and morale damage that Greece caused had to be paid with £45,000 or 3 million Bulgarian levas within 2 months, while Bulgaria compensated the victim's family. This war led to 50 casualties, mostly Bulgarian civilians, before Greece complied.